Welcome to Talk D. You're watching one of those episodes where we are in conversation with Mr. Anshu Gupta, the man behind this invaluable movement, Goonj. Lots of awareness, lots of insights, and lots of thought provoking statements. Let's hear it back from him. What's next?
Well, you invite people to come visit your processing centers and see what you do with the contributed material. What prompted you to actually come up with this method of connecting with your donor?
We have to change the narrative, right?
Yeah, you mentioned that.
That's the most important part because this is your discarded material, fine. I mean, if there are no agencies and all that, we don't even know what will happen to our material. Even today, if Goonj does not exist in my life, I don't know what will happen to my this kurta. All of us are facing that problem, and in many cases where agencies are not there, I mean, if you go to so many cities, we know and we have seen it, how much material is lying and going in the dustbins. Even in a country like India, where you have extreme poverty situation in many cases, and it can be very well utilized because there are no channels. And the worst part is that when you give away this material, in many cases, the good part is big, and because of that good part, institutions like Goonj have been able to grow. But the bad part is also not a small. So you call up and you say, please send someone and collect. So we ask them that, why should I come and collect? I mean, you have to give, you make an effort. It's your problem also, no? We are giving you a chance to get rid of your problem. Let's be honest about it. You don't like this language, but that's the reality of the world. Okay?
Trying to address the core thought process. Like, if
That's
you want
what.
to really want to do this, if you really want to do this, actually do this.
If you are asking me whether it will go to the right place or not, okay, you have a genuine question. But then come and see the process. When you spend 1 hour and you see those couple of hundred people working, then the statement which we make is that we are not worried about you. We are not answerable to you. We're answerable to ourselves. Because you had something which you didn't want, you gave it. We are the people who are putting in so much of hard, everything hard, time, money, energy, efforts, right? We are worried about our effort for sure. That these efforts should not go waste. That's why we know that it is going to the right place. We will ensure it that it goes to the right place. How many people on this earth can touch old material of people full of sweat, full of blood? The college material, the hostel material, which is not washed for a month often. I mean, all of us have gone, stayed in hostels, and we know how we live our life in hostel. How many of us can really dare to touch material of other people like this? So we need to be thankful to the people. Yeah.
This actually brings me to another question, which is like very relevant to recent times. So, like, being one of the top social impact organizations in the country, like, what have what have these like 15 months of COVID been like you and Goons? Because you have right now mentioned how many people would touch things which is already like having sweat or maybe even blood, right? So these pandemic 15 months of pandemic, how things have been with you and
so complicated and tough for sure, okay, because many of us have gone through the journey ourselves, and it's a scary thing for sure. We lost this time. We also lost team members or their families. In fact, in India, almost all of us have gone through their journey, unfortunately. Uh, but I think, and then also, the entire model of Goonj, we just overnight we changed it because we realized that the second-hand material will not come. People also don't need second-hand material. There is also fear of the second-hand material when it goes to the people. I mean, in the villages and all, people have all the rights to say that you are sending COVID to us, right? Because out here, you bring 1 kg of packed rice and you wash for half an hour that polythene and then keep it inside. And then the agencies and individuals all across the country, not only Gunj, they have been dealing with tons and tons of material and taking all kind of risk. And that's how many of them are getting affected by COVID or whatever. We don't know what is the nature of the spread that way. So one part is that it has been complicated, tough because of all these emotional traumas and all kind of thing. The second part is that it has been very, very satisfactory, very, very beautiful for us, because never in the life we imagined that the grid which we are laying in the entire country of relationships, know-how, logistics and all, we'll be able to use that entire grid in one go. Last year, in these 15 months, we have been able to work in 27 parts of 27 states with almost about 550 odd organizations, almost 5 million kgs of dry ration itself, almost 2.5 lakh kgs of vegetables and fruits directly procured from the farmers. And we are known for working on cloth and utensils and footwear. Right? So that's how we as an institution just realize that the same model will not work, but every single strength associated with that model, the supply chain, the logistics, the knowledge, the partnerships, everything will work. And that's how we were really, really able to scale up. So we are happy. We are certainly happy, very happy to be honest. And we feel privileged that we are able to do something, because a lot of people were forced to sit at home. But in our case, even when we were forced to sit at home because of the disease and all, we were operational. Most of us had 24/7 work. I mean, I remember my 26 days of COVID journey in May last year, and then almost thrice hospitalization after that. Right? No one outside institution knows, but the institution worked, touch wood, so well. So as a founder, or so-called founder, I think that gives you so much of satisfaction. And I remember, except 5 days in this entire journey, when in Dehradun, when I was hospitalized in July last year, and I was completely out. I didn't know whether I exist or not. I mean, it was very complicated because of some after effect and all. Except those 5 days, I don't remember any day, any moment when the mobile was even a feet away from me. So and we were operational. I think in this era, if you sail through this, if you have bread in your plate, if you have work in your hand, and if your salary is coming in your account, I think we are the really, really blessed people. All of us who are listening, who are reading, who are understanding, we all need to understand the blessings, and we all need to really, really pay back and thankful to the people, because of whom we exist, because of whom we are alive. All those big things failed, fine. The biggest possible airports, aircraft, biggest building, corporate buildings, everything failed. What worked is a municipality worker. What worked is a rickshaw puller who comes and take away your, kachra every day. All those things really, really worked. All those things which we ignored, the public health, the primary health cancer center next door, the nurses, the ASHA workers worked. Not the fanciest of those buildings. I mean, if the society understands it, I think we will come up in a better world. If we don't, it's fine. I mean, it's not that the society changed after the World War I or II. It didn't.
Well, a quick understanding of what you have just said in while addressing this question. So, all the belongings, as in complete inventory that you generate out of the things that you receive, are you sanitizing at this point of time, like a complete mass sanitization that happens?
No, it cannot.
Then it goes out. How does it work?
It cannot. I mean, you have to open big gunny bags of rice and then make smaller packets. You can sanitize the hall where you are working. You can wear double mask. You can sanitize your hands. Right? You cannot sanitize the roads where you are loading. You cannot sanitize every single point of the truck. And in any case, the truck will take 7-8 days and will go through all the roads and everything.
complete chain of supply chain cannot be sanitized, but I am probably trying to focus towards the inventory part, only the inventory part.
When part we are taking full precautions, but we cannot sanitize every single unit of material. You know, that is absolutely not possible. You can sanitize the atmosphere. You can sanitize the halls, as I said, where you are operating. All that is done, of course. I mean, because unfortunately, all those precautions are there for the last 15 months. That despite being the frontline people, despite being the material management people, very few people got affected in the entire thing. So we are very cautious about things. We're cautious about distance, strict regulations, sanitation, and all that time. Maybe that is how we are able to really saved ourselves from this till date, at least.
Understood. There's a lot of difficult things already, and this pandemic definitely might have multiplied what you and your team are doing.
Press the bell icon to subscribe to our channel for more episodes of Talk D.